There are many of us that, at least sometimes, might have a problem with spending a little more than maybe we should. And there are also times where we have such a fear of spending that we deprive ourselves of opportunities that we probably could afford. But, poverty consciousness keeps us from allowing ourselves to enjoy what might be available. And maybe we can do some tapping around that. So, taking full responsibility for your own well being and just allowing yourself to be aware of this fear of spending. Even though I'm afraid to spend money, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid to spend money, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I'm afraid to spend money, I'm afraid there won't be enough. I'm afraid that once I spend it, it's gone and it won't ever come back. So I can't afford to spend money. Even though objectively, maybe I could. Even though I'm afraid to spend money, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved. All this fear of spending money, all this fear of spending money, all this poverty consciousness, all this lack mentality. And part of me might be saying, it's none of that. I'm just fiscally responsible. And I might wonder why I'm tapping on this. Because maybe I'll be afraid that if I clear the fear of spending money, I'm going to spend all of it. And then some. And I'll put myself into debt. All this fear that Brad is trying to drive me into debt. And I choose to process that fear. I don't need fear to drive my behavior. I can clear a fear of spending and still be very financially responsible. Clearing this fear. The whole point of money is for it to be useful. Having a certain amount saved up so that I have a sense of financial security is a really good idea. And I'm doing what I can to cultivate that. But I can't save all of my money. I need to pay for food and shelter. And I don't want to just get by. What's the use of prolonging life? If I don't get some enjoyment out of life? I'm open to the possibility that I can spend wisely. I can treat myself wisely. I can figure out what I can safely spend. It's an investment in having a good life. I choose to have a good life. There's little point in being rich and miserable. I choose to be open to the possibility. I can be financially well off and very happy. I can have fun and take care of myself. As I clear the fear, I can think more clearly. I can see what makes sense. I can't do that when I'm stuck in fear. All of these old fears about spending money. Maybe I've seen people who suffered because of that. Maybe I was told over and over to save everything. Maybe I got in trouble for spending some money, and it was painful. And I'm trying to protect myself from that happening again. And I'm allowing myself to get clear about what might have been going on then, clearing up any misunderstandings. And I may have made an unwise purchase. That doesn't mean that all of my purchases will be unwise. I love and appreciate those parts of me that overgeneralize about spending money. And I'm clearing up the confusion. I'm allowing myself to treat myself. I can do so in responsible ways. I'm open to the possibility that trying to never spend any money, such that I miss out on all kinds of opportunities, that's not necessarily responsible either. As I clear the discomfort and clear up past misunderstandings, I get more and more clear about how to best use my money. Definitely saving. I intend to build wealth. I'm also giving myself permission to enjoy my life. And I choose to love myself in the process, in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And hopefully that might create more of an opening for you to allow yourself to treat yourself to some nice things, some nice experiences, and recognize that overspending is not because we're free from a fear of spending. Overspending is also a response to some emotional discomfort. So, as we're tapping to clear emotional discomfort, you're not going to be driven to spend money that's going to hurt you. You know, we're not going to try to put ourselves into debt if we aren't in an emotionally bad place. When we're feeling good about ourselves, it's like, no, I want to take care of my finances. I want to be in a good, healthy place with my enhanced wealth. So trust yourself that as you allow yourself to feel really good, you'll make good choices, both in terms of how you treat yourself uh, to nice things and treat yourself to your financial security. And when there's other stuff that might lead to emotional discomfort, I'm here for you. Thanks.